This is a spy drone made 4 months ago. As you can see, the propellers do not spin. And when you try going over a platform, it just breaks. Now, this is the drone that you're going to be learning in this tutorial. As you can see, it has landing gear. And you can turn it on by clicking the switch. As you can see, the propellers actually spin like a normal drone. And when you click this switch, it makes it go up. So let's go ahead and go up, and you guys can actually fly over anything. You can literally fly over walls and trees, and this is one of the most perfect spying devices. When you want to go down, you just click the switch again, and you guys just hover down. Now, I'm gonna get my Discord server and see what they think about it. So, I just mentioned everyone in my Discord server and gave them the VIP server link. So let's go ahead and turn on the drone and go ahead and spy on people. Whoa, these are some sick creations. Bro, look at that blaze. It's literally the blaze for Minecraft. Yo, bro, hello. Hello. I like how everyone is just showcasing their builds. Bro, what even is that? Bro, is this a fish mech? You know what? Let's try to land on it. Bro, this is actually insane. Did someone just sabotage my switches? Oh no. Why did you sabotage my drone? Isolation mode. Hey, come here, come here, come here. Easy. He just disappeared. You guys can also see that this drone actually has some really cool turning mechanics. It's not like you're just flat like the other 4 months ago drone, but you actually have cool turning mechanics. So you guys get the point. You guys can spy on anyone you guys want. You guys can go up and down and fly over anything. There's basically nothing underground. So anyways, let's get started with this tutorial. So guys, building this is a little bit more advanced. You guys will be needing the scale tool. However, you mobile players can actually build it. The build consists of wheels, servos, and titanium blocks and plastic. So make sure you have plastic in your inventory. So to start out, put your merging level on red. And place a block and scale it up a little until it's 10 studs. So right here, it's 10 studs. This is what studs are. It's in the middle left over here. Yeah, so whenever I say studs, just look on the middle left. Now get a titanium block and place it down. Scale 4 studs on each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Do the same for the other side. So in total, you should have 10 studs. Then scale out 9 studs on each side. So let me try this. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now I'm going to do the same for the other side. So you guys should end up with 20 studs. Now find the middle back of the platform and go ahead and place a block and place another one. And then go halfway and then delete these 2 blocks and then place one on here. So I'm going to place one like this and then delete this block. Then scale it up 1 stud. So in total it should be 3 studs. So let me just scale it up just like this. Now go ahead and get a servo and face it like this and tilt it down. So you guys should have this perfect thing right here. By the way, go ahead and get a switch and just place it on the side. So it's binded to everything when you place it. Now go ahead and get a boat motor. So I'm gonna get this normal one and place it right here. So now get a plastic block and go halfway from this block. So halfway like this. And go ahead and get another servo. We're gonna face the servo up. So I'm gonna face it up. And you guys should end up like this. And then what you guys want to do is go ahead and place a plastic block. So I'm going to go ahead and get a plastic block and place it like this. Now put your scale onto 0.5 and scale it all the way down. And then scale it a little bit to the side and a little bit to the side. And do that one more time. So a little bit to the side and a little bit to the side. So you guys should end off with something like this. Now go ahead and get another servo. So I'm going to get another one. And you guys want to rotate it until it's facing like this. So make sure it's still half a block from this plastic block. Now get another plastic block and place it on top of the servo like this. Get another boat motor. So I'm going to search up motor and I'm going to place one right over here and do the same for the other side. So I'm going to place it right here. Now we're going to be building our drone. So make sure to get a plastic block and place it on top of here. Then I'm going to put my scale onto 1 and I'm going to scale it down. Then I'm going to scale a 1 on each side. So 1 and 1. And then I'm going to scale 2 on the back and the front. So 1, 2, and 1, 2. Now find the center by clicking on it and then put it in the center of the scale. Just like this. Now go ahead and put your scale onto 0.5 and scale it all the way down. Then scale it until there's a little gap on the left and the right. So I'm going to scale it like this. Do the same for the back and the front. So I'm going to scale it just like this. Now put your rotate to 45 degrees and place a block right here. Then do the same for all 4 sides, so this side, and then this side, and then this side. So now what you guys want to do is put your scale onto 0.5 and scale 1 on the top, and then 1 on the bottom. Oops, I did that too much, so make sure it's aligned like this. Now go ahead and put your scale onto 1 again, and scale it in 1, and scale it in 2. And then go ahead and scale it until it's 5 studs. So look on the left middle and there's 5. Now I'm going to do the same for every side. So I'm going to put my scale into 0.5 and scale it down and scale it up. And do the same for this side. So scale it down and scale it up. And then I'm going to put my move back to 1 and then scale it in 1 time and scale it in 2 times. And then do it until my scale is on 5. Now go ahead and place a plastic block on each of the 4 sides. So I'm going to place 1 on each side. Then put your scale onto 0.2 and then scale it all the way down like this. So I'm going to do the same for every single side. So just like this. So now that we made our platforms, we're actually going to be making the propellers. So let's go ahead and make them. So let's get another plastic block and go ahead and place it like this. Put your scale onto 0.7 and scale it 1 in and 1 in and then all the way down. Now do the same for the other propeller. So 1 in and 1 in and all the way down. Then scale 1 down and then 1 more down. Just like this. You should end up something like this. By the way, at this point you should really pay attention to what you're doing because you might make a mistake and then something won't work. So now do the same for every side. So I'm gonna go 1 in, 1 in, and all the way down, and just do the same but on the horizontal, and I'm gonna just do the same just like this. So I'm gonna do the same for these 2 propellers. So now that we made our propellers, go ahead and delete the bottom platform. So I'm gonna delete the bottom platform on every single propeller. Now, if you think your propellers are a little bit too small, you guys can actually make them bigger. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this for every single side. So my scale is still onto 0.7, and I'm gonna scale out 1 out on each one. Now after, go ahead and get a wheel and go ahead and face it up. So I'm gonna face it up like this and do the same for every single side. So make sure it's right on top of each propeller. So I'm gonna place it on top of each propeller. Make sure it's above the top one and not placed on the below one. So I'm just making sure. So for this one, for example, I placed it on the bottom one. So as you can see, it's inside the propeller. So I'm gonna go ahead and redo it. So I'm gonna place it right on the top like this. Oops, I did that wrong. So let me face it up and place it like this. So everything is good to go. So go ahead and get a plastic block again and place it on top of each wheel. Now go ahead and delete each wheel. So I'm gonna delete each one, and then I'm gonna actually get a jetpack and jetpack up here. So let's get our normal jetpack, and I actually have it equipped, so I'm gonna go ahead and get back up here. So now what you guys actually want to do is get a wheel again, but instead you face it down and place it on the top block. So you guys want to place it right here on all 4 sides. So now after this, delete each plastic block just like this. And then what you guys want to do is go ahead and get another plastic block. So find the center of this and place another plastic block. And then go ahead and put your scale onto 1 and just scale it a little bit up. So I scaled it up 2 times. And now put your rotate into 45 degrees and place a 45-degree rotated block on each side. Just like this. Now go ahead and connect each one to the middle. So I'm going to connect each one like this. And then what you guys want to do is put your scale onto 0.7 again and go ahead and scale in on each one. So boom, boom. I'm also do the same for this block. So I'm going to scale it in 1 like this and scale it in like this and scale it in and in just like this. I'm pretty sure it's all connected. So I'm gonna just actually scale this up a little bit more And as you guys can see, I filled up that hole. So now put your scale onto 0.5 and scale it all the way down for each plastic block. And now after that, put your scale onto 0.2. And you guys don't actually want your wheels falling off, so you guys want to actually scale it inside the wheels. So scale it 1 and 0.2 down. So it should be inside the wheel. So I'm going to get a close-up real quick. So as you guys can see, right here, it's inside the wheel. So I'm going to do the same for these other two sides. Now to finish it off, we're just going to be making the balloon mechanic. So go ahead and place a block on the side and put your scale onto 0.5 and scale it in and scale it in. And then go ahead and scale it in one block like this so it's connected to the thing. And then put your scale onto 1 and then scale it out until you guys have about 10 studs. Then place another plastic block on top. Then put your scale onto 83 and go ahead and scale it up. So I'm going to just scale it up just like this. Now, I'm going to put my scale onto 0.5 and actually make this a little bit thinner. And scale in 2 on each side. So 1, 2, just like this. And scale in all the way in on the front. So you guys should have something like this. Now just scale it inside the block that you made. It doesn't matter if it's not perfect. It's going to be invisible anyways. Then place a plastic block on top of here. And then go ahead and scale it up. And you guys want to match this block's height. So I'm going to just match it up just like this. And then I'm going to go ahead and place a block right here and just scale it like this. And then I'm going to just go ahead and actually delete this. And this is where the center is. Now what I'm going to do is actually put my scale onto 0.5 and scale this pole a little bit thinner like this. And scale it a little bit thinner like that. And scale it all the way down. Now we found our center right here. So I'm going to place a block right here. Then I'm going to go ahead and put my scale onto 1 and scale out 1 on each side. So 1 and 1. And then I'm going to scale out 6 times on each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maybe. And then let's go ahead and scale it right here. So we have this. Now what you guys want to do is go ahead and get a balloon. Find the middle and place 1 right here. Then scale it up 1 stud. So I'm going to scale it up 1 time like this. Then place a balloon on this corner. So 1 right over here. Do the same for this side. So 1 right over here. Then put your scale onto 0.38 and go ahead and scale it out that much. So boom and boom. So you guys are basically done with the tutorial. You guys just need to set up the chair and binding with the switch. So go ahead and get a car seat and place it down. Make sure it's not binded to anything. As you guys can see, this car seat is actually binded to this motor. So I'm actually disconnected by clicking on the motor and clicking on the car seat. And there, so it's disconnected. Now you guys want to place 2 switches. So I'm going to go ahead and get 1 switch and place 1 right here and 1 right here. As you guys can see, they're both connected to this motor. So I'm going to disconnect them by just clicking on it and boom and boom. Now you guys can go ahead and delete this switch right here. So nothing is binded to nothing. Then now we're going to be using the screwdriver tool. So select all these wheels over here and then put the wheel spin onto 20. It gives the best look. Then select these servos and then put the servo torque onto yellow and then put the servo angle onto 20. So let me put it on 20 just like this. So you guys can also make landing gear and you guys can also decorate your drone, but I'm going to just keep it like as the base model. So select this balloon with the screwdriver and click this switch right here. Then select these 2 balloons right here and all these 4 wheels over here. So I'm going to select it just like this and click it on this switch. As you guys can see, it's binded to everything. Now click this servo, this servo, this servo, this motor, and this motor, and bind it to the chair. Then on PC, put backward as S, put right as D, put left as A, and put forward as W. Now what you guys want to do is actually click this bottom servo and click it on the car seat, and then do it again. So I'm going to do it again right here. And then for left, I'm pretty sure it's S, and then for right, I'm pretty sure it is W. So I have it just like this. So now you're basically done with your drone. So go ahead and delete this block that we did before. And go ahead and delete this wooden block. Now just get a camera from your inventory and place it just like this. So you guys have your camera right there. Now select all and deselect all these little parts of the drone. So I'm going to deselect all of this, and then we're just going to be turning transparency to 100% so you guys can't see any of the other stuff. So I just deselected everything else, and then I'm going to put transparency to 100%. As you guys can see, you can only see the drone, but actually you guys want to select these switches and the car seat to 0%. So now go ahead and save your drone. Now go ahead and select all and unanchor everything, and you guys should have the drone right here. So now to activate the drone, click this switch right here. It starts to spin the propellers, and then when you want to make it go up, just click this switch. So then just go in the seat, and you guys can go ahead and actually control it like this. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and if you've watched to the end, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. Anyways, I'll see everyone later.